Okay, people. So, hey, we return to the York Hall for the second part of Cage Warriors Double Trouble Night of Events. And what a frigging crazy one. So, this card, we just have four fights on the main card. I think they had a couple of fights drop out, but it was still fine because we had great fights. Oh, and it's Daniel Strauss. Daniel Strauss is the other cat who is commentating with Rob Wharton and Dan Hardy. So it all got underway with a welterweight clash between Leonardo Damari and Jamie Richardson. So, man, this was a crazy one, right? So both were, started a little tentative. They were looking for their openings. Damari, he's coming full. He was really pushing it, coming forward, landed some shots, goes for a takedown, gets a takedown, but Richardson's able to reverse it. And then, although coming into the fight, you thought Damari might have the advantage on the ground, Richardson is the one who's controlling the ground game. Now, I do think because he got his first submission in his last fight, he went for he went for some stuff rather than going for the ground and pound. I think he was like, let me get a second submission, which you can't blame him for. But there was probably times when he just probably would have been better sitting up and ground and pounding. But yeah, he did get off some good shots in the first. Cut Damari. So Damari comes out mad quick in the second, but again, Richardson takes him down. And that's how the fight kind of went from there. Richardson's able to take the fight down and get the better of Damari. And then when it's on the feet, he's slowed down a lot. And Richardson, who looked fine, didn't gas out at all, is able just to pick him apart. So good win for Jamie Richardson's return to the welterweight division. So next up, another welterweight clash, and we had Kent Kupian, I feel that's how you say it, against Mateusz Figlak. One of the other half of the Figlak brothers. His brother Mike, I believe, fought on the undercard in the prelims, and oh my god, this fight was crazy. It was crazy. And the thing is, Figlak looked the sharper of the two. Though Capian was definitely no slouch in there, but Figlak, he had the speed. It was his jab was working. You know what I mean? He's firing out those kicks. Very good movement. Great head movement. Oh man, the way he ducked under a lot of those shots, took the back, just stuff like that. Oh man, it looked like he was gonna grab a rear naked choke in the first, but Kupian was able to survive. Coming forward, from that, Figlak, he was able to pretty much control the fight. Though Kupian, he was eating those legs. He was eating those legs for a good like you just saw the welts on Figlak's ankle, thigh, and the midsection with the body kicks. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. And the insane thing is, at the beginning of the fight, for the first two rounds, it did look like they were affecting Figlak. He would change stance. Now he still kept him coming forward and doing his thing, but he changed stances a lot. Come the third round, he just battled through that shit. You know what I mean? He didn't change stances, he just came forward. And yeah, was doing very well. At the very end of the round, Kopian was able to get a takedown, and he got off some ground and pound, got some big shots, but it wasn't enough to stop the fight or just really do anything, because it was in the last 10 seconds, and Figlak had just he had looked very impressive, and most of the time on the ground he got top position and he was controlling it. His transitions to side mount to mount, like, man, he was looking really good. Was really looking good, and he lost it in the third. I believe it's because he went for an armbar and he was just a little bit too high on the back and he slipped off. But Figlak looks like a friggin' problem, people. He really does. And Ken Capian, he looked really good as well. You know what I mean? So, hey, I'm just looking forward to seeing both of these dudes fight next. So the co-main event. So it's a crazy one, right? Because Sam Creasy was meant to be defending his flyweight belt against Luke Shanks, but Shanks missed weight. So this went from a 5-round fight to a 3-round non-title fight, which is always a bit weird, right? And this was a crazy. It did not go. It didn't go the distance, people. It just starting the fight, right? Shanks was looking for that pitch. He was loading up, but Creasy, he was, moving around well, right? Moving around well, avoiding the shots. But Creasy, he's 33, right? He's 33 and he's had a lot of fights. Especially when you counter in, the amateur fights, right? So there's a lot of wear and tear, especially when you think about it. He made his debut. Oh, he made his debut in 2014. So that's 7 years ago, right? That's his pro debut, but he first amateur fight was in 2009. You know what I mean? So that's a long time in the game. And yeah, I think the big thing is you're moving around. If your style is being evasive, moving around, as you get older, you're gonna slow. You know what I mean? You're gonna slow. And Shanks is 26. You know what I mean? So he's definitely got the age advantage here. But Creasy put Shanks down with about a minute and a half left. Oh my gosh. Excuse me, people. Creasy put Shanks down with a nice right. But the issue was Creasy is now really looking to put it on Shanks. But his hands are down, that's his style. He's got no guard up. And so as they were exiting an exchange, Shanks landed a hook that just rocked Creasy. And instead of going for a takedown, instead of just getting on his bike, he kind of just tried to engage. And he got hurt again and again and again until Shanks hit him, put him down, and then luckily the ref jumped in. And you're just like, damn. You know what I mean? It was crazy because with Creasy putting Shanks down and then Shanks hurting Creasy, that was all within 30 seconds. It was insane. But that's the thing about MMA, right? That's what makes the fight so interesting, because nothing is a given. Nothing is a given, people. Which, it was insane. So the next fight will probably be another rematch. You know what I mean? And this time for the belt if Shanks makes weight. But do you get a rematch if you missed weight the first? You know what I mean? That's the thing. It's a crazy situation, you know? But that takes us to the main event, right? Dominic, the Black Panther, Wooding, putting his bantamweight belt on the line against Carlos Abreu. Little heated at the weigh-ins, you know what I mean? And yeah, Abreu came out with, oh man, both very fast. Abreu whipped in a couple of quick leg kicks. But, you know, after that, Woodings, he's now blocking the leg kicks. And Abreu, he's not really focusing. You know what I mean? He's just super, it's just like, I need to strike. Right? So he's rushing everything, and he misses on a few leg kicks, misses on some shots. Woodings counters, right? They're moving around. Woodings catches him as Abreu, as I said, look, he's going right super fast, off balancing himself. So he throws a shot. Woodings avoids. Abreu, he's off balance. Wooding just cracks him side of the head, and Abreu is rocked. He stumbles against the fence, and then just like that, Wooding's jump knee, pow, just catches him clean, and Abreu is sparks. He is out cold. Boy, I mean, if Dominique Wooding wanted to really put out a calling card for, you know what I mean, the UFC, well, that was it. And then when he got the mic afterwards, so he's saying UFC London, he's ready. And with a performance like that, you know, to win the title, Woodings looked great. So with this performance too, boy, I would not be surprised if he doesn't get a call up. Now, even if he doesn't get a, you know, just a call out with enough, you know, with a mad advance for a training camp and all of that, if someone drops off the card, right, I wouldn't be surprised if Wooding doesn't get that call. So, you know, he kept busy because this was a late fight, kept busy, he was ready for the fight. So, hey, I guarantee that Woodings is going to be in that gym ready for whatever time, you know what I mean? If it's a last minute call, he's ready. But yeah, I feel Woodings may well next be in the UFC. But yo, that was a lot of fun. And the perfect lead in to our big UFC event of the weekend, people. You know what I mean? So yeah, UFC is 269. Whew! Looking forward to that, people. Looking forward to that. And that, yeah. So that's the end of Cage Warriors for 2021. And they'll be back, I think it's March 2022. But yeah, looking forward